It's also a continuation of the previous animated series. We see that very early on here, but it also reintroduces these characters, and they do it in a very clever way that it doesn't feel like they're beating you over the head with it. Hey everyone, welcome back to Candid Cinema. I'm Amanda, otherwise known as AMX ND Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. Today I will be reviewing X-Men 97 on Disney Plus. I want to give a huge shout out to Disney for giving me the opportunity to watch the first 3 episodes ahead of its premiere. In case you haven't noticed, I love my X-Men. I love my mutants. I think they are the better team than the Avengers. And we see within the first 3 episodes that they literally act as a team and they know each other's strengths. And the fight choreography is really smart because they all help each other out based on their abilities. That's a team. And the only kind of team thing that we saw with the Avengers was in the first Avengers movie, or else I don't think that they've worked cohesively as a squad as much as the X-Men. I think the X-Men have something that's completely different because they are mutants. They connect on a different level and they see humanity in a different way, want to be accepted in society. And that's what Magneto had been fighting for. And Charles Xavier just wanted unity, while Magneto wanted the same thing, but he was very misunderstood. He was a bit more forceful and aggressive, but Magneto was in fact correct. I've always felt like Eric Lenscher was misunderstood, even in the prequel series with Michael Fassbender playing Magneto, and obviously Sir Ian McKellen playing Magneto in the original trilogy. I just think that Magneto is a brilliant character, and I loved his animation here in the first 3 episodes. I think the animation's stellar. There's so much detail, and it just suits the heroes. I also felt like I was watching comic book panels on screen half the time just because of the way the characters were designed. I think they touch upon very important issues of like identity, motherhood, other societal issues that the mutants have been known for in the comic book run for a very long time. They address so much in the first 3 episodes, and I love seeing Cyclops front and center. I think that he got paid dust because of Wolverine in the original trilogy, but I do think that here he has his time to shine. I love Logan in this. I think Morph has become one of my favorite X-Men just because of how quippy he is and his humor. I think he stole the spotlight a bit, but every character here works as individuals with their own issues, but then they come together again as a team that I just think that we haven't seen before. And you're probably like, but man, we had just like an entire decade's worth of the Avengers. And I'm like, yeah, but they don't work cohesively as a squad. It's not like we have separate X-Men films apart from Wolverine. It's not like we have a Storm standalone, or we have a Jean Grey standalone, which we did, called Dark Phoenix, but that's besides the point. We didn't have standalones of these characters in their own respective worlds and universes with their comic book runs and then coming together to form the X-Men. That's not what we have. We just have the X-Men. That's it. We didn't have spin-offs. Deadpool, again, completely different. But it's the fact that they all have such incredibly well-written backstories, and their characters are developed incredibly well based on what's happening to them within the first 3 episodes here for X-Men 97. It's also a continuation of the previous animated series. We see that very early on here, but it also reintroduces these characters, and they do it in a very clever way that it doesn't feel like they're beating you over the head with it. I think that it was very natural that you had certain characters come in, and obviously there is a familiarity there, even like Rogue and Gambit. Like Beast has never been funnier. I think he was great. I do think bringing back the voice cast was something special and it was needed. The theme song still slaps, and I just loved every second of this. Really just rich characters. And there's so much that they can do with this. And there's so much that happens in each episode. I was sitting there, I was taking my notes. I was like, oh my God, what more could possibly happen here? So there is an overarching story that's being set up here, and then in individual episodes is kind of like a, I don't want to say like a monster of the week, but it felt that way, but it all works in favor of the mutants feeling alienated within society, and they're trying to not prove themselves, but a lot of things have happened where there's such a divide that they need the government to understand. They need, people, humans, to understand that they are trying to save humanity. They're trying to save humanity. They're trying to help them. And obviously, there's going to be some bad mutants that come around, but it's the fact that they just have to sort out the evil, kind of like the human race does. It's always been fascinating that the mutants were like a reflection of what was happening in society, and we see that here too. Almost anybody who has felt like they were marginalized or felt like an outcast could somehow relate to any of the mutants, any of them. And I think that they really wrote every character in such a beautiful manner, especially Jean Grey, especially Storm. I feel like I finally understand Storm as a character after watching the first 3 episodes of this, because they did not do her justice in any of the movies whatsoever, and they did her justice here. So I love Aurora Monroe in this. I think that Storm has a great arc in this series, and I am just very excited for a new generation to fall in love with the X-Men. I think this was such a smart move because we do have Deadpool and Wolverine coming out. I think this was such a great stepping stone to showcase the mutants, to get like a younger audience involved with the mutants, and hopefully they do like them as much as I did growing up. I thought the X-Men were just a very special team. There's no way that you can just like not love them. I love all of them, but my ultimate favorite forever and ever will be Magneto. I don't care. Judge me all you want. He is the best X-Men character. After Magneto, I would definitely put Storm. I love the two of them, especially like in the first 3 episodes. You're like, whoa, Storm just became like my number one. Like, absolutely, like, she's really great. So please let me know in the comments below which X-Men character is your favorite. I would love to know that, because I love hearing different takes and who kind of resonates with these characters, because they're all so special and unique in their own way. I will give the first 3 episodes of X-Men 97 5 out of 5. I really liked it. I think this is the smartest thing that Disney has done in a while for their streaming service. This is perfect. Everyone needs to know who the mutants are, because it's been a very long time without the actual team, and I'm really excited for the future with the X-Men, because they're coming. My mutants are coming, and I was beaming watching X-Men 97. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. You guys can always follow me over at AMXNDA Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. And if you guys want to help me grow this wonderful channel, you can find out ways to do that in the bio below. I'll catch you guys next time. Keep watching movies.